All summer long, we bounce around to different community centers, over BNBL games.
Just a talented group of guys that we've seen a couple of these teams throughout the season.
Quick hits with the one-handed shot.
Wait for that one.
To win it, Mercer gets it to go, 3 seconds left.
That might get the showstoppers going.
Ball to the rim, what a slam, great ball.
Well played. Both teams really deserve to be in the championship game.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Tynan Community Center in South Boston as we continue our coverage of the 2017 Boston Neighborhood Basketball League season. Tonight we got the girls 18 and under division as the Ravens take on the Wolfpack. Hello everybody, I'm Pat Flaherty, joined by my partner Alan Platt. Alan, we've been to the site almost every year since we started covering BNBL, and certain years, certain teams seem to always make it to the finals. This Tynan site seems to put almost every other year put a team into the finals over at the Reggie Lewis Center, especially in the girls 18 and under division.
There's no doubt. Tynan's has been one of the stronger girls sites over the years. And like you said, last year they did send a team from here to the finals. They were runner-ups, but they ran to a very strong showstoppers team. So
that's right.
This is, like I said, this has always been a pretty strong girls site throughout BNBL.
Without question, and we saw a Tynan team make it to the finals 2 years ago. We'll see if that happens again this season. Now, for more on this game, we're going to go to our sideline reporter, Seth Orensky. Seth, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. The Ravens won last week, but it wasn't as easy as they would have liked. The Wolfpack came down from nearly a 20-point deficit to cut it to 5 late, unable to fully close the gap. But one of the big advantages this week for a Wolfpack side is that they have a full roster. Last week only had 6 girls. This week with 7. On the other side, the Ravens down a player, so we'll see how that affects them. The Ravens do want to play a little bit slower this week in hopes of getting another big win over the Wolfpack 2 weeks in a row. Guys?
Thanks very much, Seth. So these two teams squaring off for the second time, two of the top teams in the site. This should be a lot of fun. We are just about set to go here at the Tynan in South Boston as the Wolfpack are in the green jerseys and the Ravens are in the yellow jerseys. We'll see who wins the opening tap. And the Ravens control it from the get-go. As I mentioned, they're in the yellow jerseys. A lot of Charlestown players on the Ravens. That's Rayona Miles, who can't knock down the opening jumper.
Yeah, to start the game, the Ravens have 5 players, so a couple of the girls out there aren't used to really starting or even playing many minutes, but they will tonight unless some other players show up.
Baseline jumper off the back iron, that time for the Wolfpack. Feed inside to Sydney Britton, and she gets fouled. She'll get 2 free throws.
Yeah, here we are at the end of July, and again, depending on how many teams are in each site, they'll play each other at least twice, sometimes even more if there are a few teams. So Seth made the good point that when they met the first time, there's a large lead by the Ravens in yellow, and good shooting from the outside mainly allowed the Wolfpack to come back in the game.
So Britton no good on the first free throw. Unable to knock down the second. And a sloppy pass out on the break. But the Ravens will hang on. Rayona Miles driving the paint, and she's going to get fouled.
They're trying to penetrate that zone. They're playing like a 2-3. The Wolfpack in green. Ravens would like to push the pace. Even though they only have 5 players, they'd rather play a fast pace.
Off the inbounds pass. And Elitsa Sepulveda got a good shot off, or had an open shot,
on
but
it,
she wasn't able to convert. It looks like she almost wasn't quite ready for that pass off the inbounds.
I think she was surprised she was open and surprised the ball came. Both teams playing 2-3.
The runner off the back rim, no good. Miles coming away with the offensive rebound. Miles Willis up to Sepulveda. That time she converts for the first bucket.
You're right. She learned a lesson the first time, so that time she ran the floor, able to get the layup.
Britton well off the mark with that jumper. Iona Miles Willis again with the rebound, lead pass to Sepulveda. And she scores another layup. So 2 for 2 with Sepulveda off the feeds from Miles Willis.
First name, Yalitza. Both hoops in the game. Watching them in the pregame warm-ups, the Gillises, #1 and #2 in green, took a lot of outside shots. I think we'll see that during the course of the game.
Ariane Casimil, no good on that runner. And coming down with the rebound for the Wolfpack. Looked like that was Mary Kate Golden.
Wolfpack trying to get their first points.
Another feed inside. Miles Willis coming away with the block. And here comes Casimil.
You can see they're familiar, Pat. Even though it's summertime and short season, the fact that they played, I guess, a little more than a week ago, there's some familiarity out there.
We mentioned there's about 4 or 5 players on the Ravens who played at Charlestown High School. And meanwhile, for the Wolfpack, they're all Boston Latin School players. So I don't know if those two teams played each other during the high school season.
Not every year now that Latin's in the Dual County League, but I think maybe every third year they might get together.
Britton with the offensive rebound. Wolfpack just can't seem to knock down a shot. And that one finally falls for him.
One of the Gillises. No, that's not Gil, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's Sarah Rufo.
Sarah Rufo, 12, not shoot.
So Rufo's elbow jumper cuts the lead in half. Here with 4.5 minutes gone by in the first half. Casimil long with that 3. Once again, Mary Kate Golden with the rebound.
There's one of the Gillis sisters.
Sepulveda just gets out on the break seemingly every time, and she got another layup.
Now she is playing the top of the zone. If you gives around the top of the key, but she just is able to read missed shots and take off quickly. Nice job by Rufo.
Yeah, that runner is good from Sarah. She's got 4 points. So it's the Sepulveda and Rufo show so far here in the early goings.
Now the Wolfpack are hoping to be able to use fresh legs. They're looking to bring in 4 new players on the next dead ball.
Heffernan on the drive. Tries a runner that doesn't go for it. Iona Miles Willis called for the double dribble. That'll go back to the Wolfpack, and those 4 subs will come into the ball game.
The Ravens were still with no bench players. But again, with BNBL, they can show up at any time during the game.
Heffernan, no good from the elbow. That goes off of the Wolfpack back to the Ravens. And the Ravens call a timeout here with 13:45 left to go in the first half. And this is how kind of the BNBL works. You know, sometimes even the coaches, even the players don't know if a couple more players are going to show up.
That's exactly what it is, because clearly the Ravens have, looks like they had definitely 2 players who aren't stars and possibly 3. But they're holding their own. I mean, Sepulveda, pretty much on their own is the whole offense by just running the floor.
Let's talk about players not being here. Kayla O'Brien, you see, is the coach over there at the moment. Jen Logan is normally the head coach for the Ravens. She's not here tonight, so not only do players have a tough time getting to BNBL, coaches do too, and especially at the Tynan here, everybody's going to drive through that Southie traffic to get here at night.
I'm telling you, I left very early and still just get here on time.
And I believe we do have one more. No, I'm sorry, we don't have another player here for the Ravens. I thought we did.
They're hoping. Maybe they get the shirts.
They keep looking at the door, seeing if there's one more coming.
Right. But it's interesting. In basketball, especially, a lot of times when you are shorthanded and only have, in this case, 5 players, all the players know I'm going to play. So let me just fulfill my role, help my teammates out, and hope we have enough timeouts so we don't get too tired.
Miles Willis with the left. Short with that one, gets her own rebound. Can't put it back home.
All over the top, yeah. She was trying for a second offensive rebound. She called it over the top foul.
Running time here in the BNBL. They'll stop it with 2 minutes left in each half. Feed it inside. That one well off the mark. Good rebound from
Guess who?
Gassamil, and Sepulveda again converts. She's got 8 points now for the Ravens.
Well, she was, what she did, she keeps going to her right, but her first lip is on the left-hand side, so aggressive on offense, number 2 in gold. That's going to be a travel, yeah. Good defense by the Ravens is there. Definitely in a more familiar game for them, running the floor.
Seven and a half minutes gone by here in the first. Miles Willis
Nice shot.
knocks down the 3. Rayona's been an all-star in the City League for a couple of years now. She's done a little bit of everything so far. Feed inside, hook shot good.
Rufo again? Wow.
That's Nell Fredericks.
Fredericks, okay.
Drive that time. No good for Ariana Gassamil. Gillis trying to carve out space.
She actually expected some contact, didn't get it, and took the extra steps. You talked about Miles Willis, and it's a good point. She's one of the taller players on the team, but she's the best ball handler, and eventually I think will be the best scorer. Might be a Sepulveda called on an illegal pick.
Still a 5-point lead for the Ravens. Right now the Wolfpack got to knock down some shots as that runner was short. But Fredericks there for the putback.
Three-point lead for Ravens in gold. It's going to be a double dribble out of bounds.
Some 2 players for the Wolfpack that have scored the 8 combined points are 2 of the taller players on the team.
Right.
So you wonder,
Rufo and Frederick.
Should they try to feed it inside?
I was just thinking the same thing. I was actually thinking if I'll put them both in at the same time.
There we go. Fredericks now back out.
Nice fade.
That runner no good. A lot of good moves from the Wolfpack. They moved the ball well, but haven't been able to hit too many shots. And Willis gets the runner to go. So they own a Miles Willis now with 5 points.
Nice pass
inside. Fredericks again scoring over the top.
I mean, it's so easy when your teammates can help you like that. Fredericks and Rufo earlier, like you said. If you're going to go inside and post up, you only have 2 seconds to get the ball before you call for violation. So the guards outside are getting the ball to the 2 big girls.
Sepulveda with her longest shot of the game. Not able to hit that off.
All bank shots.
This time it's Gillis. And she took a couple extra steps.
Foul. Yeah, he can call a foul on that one. Oh, no. 4 substitutions again. As like a platoon system. Well, like you said, Pat, Willis with the ball right now, one of the top players in the city on the girls' side. 7 rebounds from the guard spot because she has that length. Good hands with the ball. That's a block shot. Ufo. Banker no good. It's going to be a held ball. Sepulveda, good job. Out top, dropped down and created that held ball. And it's going to be a 2-pointer. Make it a 1-point game, 13-12.
So Wolfpack climbed back into it. It took them almost the entire game last time to get it this close. As they went down early against the Ravens. Casamil for 3, short with that one. Leona Miles Willis with the save. Casamil gets hammered on her way to the basket. She'll get 2 free throws.
Yeah, we just talked about some of the stats for Miles Willis, but nice save to not only save it under the hoop, but get it to her teammate. Ariana.
Casamil no good on the first. See Coach O'Brien.
Makes the second, back to a 2-point lead.
And the runner no good.
Another 3, that's going to be off. And back comes Wolfpack. Yeah, violation, backcourt violation. Ball goes back to the Ravens.
.6:25 left to go here in the first half. Still a 2-point lead for the Ravens.
Explanation going to the Wolfpack. Since there's no shot clock, there is a 10-second violation. 10-second count in the backcourt. That's blocked.
From the Wolfpack, looking to tie it for the first time, but
a traveling violation.
Traveling violation. At half court by Kelsey Nolan.
Both teams playing 3-2 zone. Now we have Wolfpack going to man-to-man. I think Britt blocked the shot. Ball stays with the Ravens. Winding down to 5 minutes to go in the first half. Still a 2-point lead for the Ravens in gold.
Casamil for 3 off the back iron. She's still looking for her first points of the ball game. Here come the Wolfpack. Good swing over to the corner. Gillis again off the back rim.
I said they're shooting a lot closer than they were in practice. They were shooting mainly 3s. Britton. Nice move, just a little too much on that one. Back comes Miles Willis.
And Rayo into the rim, unable to convert off the window. Another rebound that time for Kelsey Nolan. We get a foul on the Ravens.
Ariana reached in that time for the foul. Long three, no good. Nice finish by Miles Willis. Back to a 4-point lead. Like I said, she's starting to take over offensively.
Three-pointer on the way and no good. Miles Willis with another rebound. Wolfpack still looking to knock down a three or even an outside shot. That three-pointer well off the mark. That'll go back to the Wolfpack.
Like I said earlier, Pat, Wolfpack staying in the game by having the ball go inside to Rufo and to Fredericks. They haven't done it the last couple of times down court. Sepulveda and Heffernan. Good call for the push. Ravens with just 5 plays.
Three-pointer knocked down. Monique Duncan connecting from long distance.
Gets her second shot of the game. Heffernan on the drive. Can't put it down. Back comes Miles Willis, and here's her favorite runner, right?
Sepulveda with another one. She's got to have at least 8 points now. All of them on the fast break. 10 points.
10 points. Nice three right there by Sarah Rufo.
Back and forth we go.
Yeah, she's been doing most of her scoring inside. That time she stopped. Made a long three.
That one a three, so it's 21-15. Ravens on top by 6 here with a minute and a half left to go in the first half. Miles Willis no good on the runner.
Rufo again. And shot by Gillis. One of the Gillis sisters. Minutes to go in the half. 4-point game now. Ravens trying to. Some miscommunication there. Actually, it looks like Miles Willis was trying to get back to Duncan, the same spot in the corner for a shot.
That one again off the mark for the Wolfpack, but it'll stay with the Wolfpack here with 42 seconds left in the first half.
Rufo. Three chances. Back comes Ravens. I'll tell you, Sepulveda loves the angles off the backboard. Back giving their team a 6-point lead now. Duncan, 5 seconds to go. Shot's blocked. That'll do it for the first half. 6-point lead for the Ravens.
So after one here at the Tynan Community Center, the Ravens on top 23-17 over the Wolfpack. And it looked like the Ravens got out to that early lead, and Sepulveda
got to the early lead, right?
Has been running the floor like a champ right now.
Yeah, but and what I really like about her is that not only is she running the floor on offense, but she's playing really well on the top of that 2-3 zone defense. They only have 5 players, but she's got a couple of steals. She caused a jump ball. Then she was able to run the floor, like you said, and get those points. And right now, she's been the difference.
Without question, Coach O'Brien's got to be happy with the effort out of the Ravens, despite having just 5 players. And she is with our sideline reporter, Seth Orensky. Seth, take it away.
Joined by Ravens coach Kayla O'Brien. Coach, you only have 5. You took that early timeout trying to calm them, keep them a little bit energetic. How do you balance that in the second half? You have the lead, but obviously with 9 players, they have a little bit more left in the tank.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. I mean, we only have 5. We had a couple not coming in, but I'm just going to use all the timeouts possible and just keep pushing it. I just keep telling them keep pushing it and hopefully they can get through it.
One player who seems to have a lot left in the tank, Yalitza Sepulveda, has 12 points, 10 of them just outrunning the competition. How much does that help having a secondary scorer when your top 2 players haven't gotten as many points?
Definitely. I just keep telling her keep pushing, keep running the floor because she's really, really crucial right now. So just want to keep running the floor.
Coach, thanks so much for your time. Guys, take it away.
Thanks very much, Seth. That's a good point by Seth, too. You got to think Miles Willis and a couple of the other players are normally the high scorers, but Sepulveda's filling up the slack. And Miles Willis has been the passer on most of those points from Sepulveda.
Well, it's a good point. I mean, Willis is usually one of the top scorers, along with her backcourt partner, Ariana. But the fact of the matter is, Sepulveda has just been able to find creases, and the key thing is she's able to judge missed shots by the Wolfpack. Once the missed shot goes up, she takes off wide open. She knows how to finish, so it makes a big difference.
Without question, we'll see if Sepulveda can keep going in the second half, or can the Wolfpack climb back into this one. They're not too far behind. We're going to head to break when we come back with the second half here at the Tynan Community Center in South Boston right after these words. Don't go away.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can
get someone the cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates. Our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can intervene.
It's on us.
All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education?
What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job?
Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare to do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher.
You got the skills, the smarts.
Yes, you.
You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess?
What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Here we go. We're going to go out there in the rain. You're going to get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh, yeah. Yes. So much fun. Yeah, Dad. We're getting so wet.
With the groove, show proof, keep it smooth as I bust and move. Where you step in swiftly, with me keep up. If not, just stop, pop a spot, put your feet up, read up, pay attention, listen to the melody. Remember what you heard, got my words to the spell of me. Top notch, got them all jumping like hopscotch, or jumping rope like double dutch in the air. Show me what you got, keep it hot like the heater.
Welcome back to the Tynan Community Center in South Boston for our coverage of the BNBL Girls 18 and Under division. Right now, the Ravens lead the Wolfpack 23-17 here at the half. And our sideline reporter, Seth Orensky's got an update for us just before we start the second half. Seth, what do you have?
Guys, the Wolfpack got a little bit of an extra boost before today's game when they found out that Sydney Britton was available. Typically, Britton works at the YMCA till 7 o'clock. It wouldn't have been able to make a 7 p.m. start, but the pool she works at, there was a little bit of an incident in the pool. They had to close it, and thus Britton, one of the 6 seniors who play at Boston Latin and play with this Wolfpack team over the summer, was available. She was in the starting lineup today, has a couple of rebounds, still looking to get on the score sheet. Guys?
Thanks very much, Seth. And we started off the game by saying how much everybody's life affects kids showing up to BNBL, and there you go. Now the pool had to close down, so they got an extra player tonight to have fun.
And one of the big players inside. I mean, so
right.
You made the point earlier that both Fredericks and Rufo, 2 other front court players, are doing well inside. I think the second half we'll see that the Wolfpack and Green go back inside to both those, Rufo and Fredericks, along with Britton, because they have 3 big players inside, whereas the shorthanded Ravens are a much shorter team.
Right, your point guard is probably one of the tallest players on the floor. Let's take a look at the halftime stats real quick before we start the second half here at the Tynan. And first up, it's the Wolfpack.
Your point stuff. We talked about Rufo and Frederick, 7 and 6 points apiece. Golden with 6 rebounds. Also Nolan with 3, and then assists 3 between Britton and Nolan.
And let's take a look at the Ravens halftime stats.
We talked about Sepulveda the entire half. She's been the difference. 12 points. Miles Wills got 7 points with a big 3-pointer. 11 rebounds for Miles Wills. That's been her biggest contribution, along with 6 assists. So Miles Wills, I'm pretty sure, is going to take over the second half offensively.
That's right. Casimil also with a couple of blocks, and Miles Willis with some good defensive plays too. Real quickly, we'll take a look at some highlights of.
These are the fast breaks we were talking about. There's Sepulveda. Bank shot, and she was able to get from both sides. That's from the left and from the right-hand side. So, yeah, she's able to get ahead of everyone. There she is. That's going to be 8 of her 12 points.
So Sepulveda, the leading scorer for both squads there in the first half. We'll see if she can keep it up here in the second half as we are underway once again at the Tynan. Ravens with a 6-point lead, 23-17 here to start the second half. Casimil on the drive, no good. Rayona Miles Willis unable to put it home on the putback.
Here's Britton, as we talked about. Kickball will stay with the Wolfpack. Good defense that time, knocked the ball away. Casimil. And corner shot, that's like probably a 2 or 3. Called a 3, so 23-20.
Miles Willis looking inside.
Duncan.
Yeah, no good off the back rim.
Too much on that pass. Trying to lead her teammate was Gillis.
You see Coach Frederick Gillis. The Wolfpack.
And now they're going into a trap on Miles Willis. Sepulveda, nice pass.
Great
Good job. Finally gets Casimir in the scoreboard.
Yeah, Ariani, one of their better scorers. And sometimes a layup like that helps get a player going. We saw Sepulveda on the receiving end of some very good passes.
Yeah, I was just going to say, she could have put that shot up, but she saw her teammate lock closer. Another 3. 1 from each side now.
Yeah, Kelsey Nolan getting back to within 2.
Yeah. So they're starting out with a 2-3 up top, but the idea is to double team Miles Willis.
And she's short of that jumper.
Nolan again. Trying to force the action. Top.
Get it back to Nolan. Corner 3 again. That time she's short with it. Rebound comes down to Duncan. Still tied up top. She airmails a pass, and that'll go back to...
Sepulveda didn't even know it was coming to her. She thought there was someone behind her. A nice steal inside by Duncan. Back comes Casimir.
Mariani back up top to Rayona Miles Willis, who
tough luck on that
can't get it to go. Yeah.
Even in the first half, the Wolfpack had a bunch of shots go in and out. Nice
Beautiful pass inside from Nolan to Frederick.
Nolan's really started out on fire. She got 2 3-pointers, a couple of assists. Brought our team back to a tie game.
They're locked up at 25.
Well, defensively, what the Wolfpack have done, the adjustment they made, they've decided to double both Miles Willis and Casimir. They're actually leaving a couple of the Raven players open.
Heffernan looking inside. That one knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wolfpack.
Yeah, what the Wolfpack's doing, Duncan is actually not being covered. Nolan again, and that rolls it in. That's go. 3. He's got 9 points here in the first 5 minutes, Brad. We were talking about Rufo and Fredericks before. Nolan, like I said, 9 points. Start the second half, gives the team a 3-point lead.
And their first lead of the ball game for the Wolfpack. And that kickball will keep it with the Ravens.
And for the Ravens, the real problem is because Nolan's making all these baskets, it's not allowing the Ravens to get rebounds and run out. They haven't had a fast break this half yet.
And that 3 no good from Casimir.
Also by Casimir. And Sepulveda up the held ball. And 4 substitutions come in for Wolfpack. It'll be Wolfpack ball on the held ball. Find Nolan.
And that one off the mark. That'll go out of bounds. Mary Kate Golden looking to knock down the jumper
from the
elbow.
Find Nolan wide open here in the corner. Short for Sepulveda. One of the few misses in the game.
Nolan loves that corner. Now inside to Golden. Up fake, and Rufo no good off the back iron.
Good hustle.
Sepulveda coming away with a loose ball, but it's the Wolfpack who hang on, and now we get a foul on Sepulveda at the top of the key.
The timeout on the floor is the pace of this second half so far has been totally in the favor of the Wolfpack and Green. They have their 3-point lead at 28-25 after being down 6 to start the half.
Yeah, those 3 threes from Nolan really changed the game.
Yeah, Kelsey's
right
been amazing, isn't it? I tell you, she loves this deep corner over here on the left side, but she also hit one from the right. And she's also had a nice couple of rebounds, and she also had a nice assist. So Nolan's really stepped up.
Yeah, the Wolfpack right now on an 11-2 run to start off the second half. 6.5 minutes gone by here in the second frame here, and now we got to see if you know, are the Ravens kind of running out of gas right now? With just 5 players?
That's one of the issues. I mean, there's just 5 players, and like I said, a couple of the players just aren't starters and not used to playing a lot of minutes. So it's going to be a matter of using the timeouts correctly. Hopefully trying to get to the foul line so you can also get a little bit of a rest.
Each team has only made one trip to the foul line.
Well, this is where
so far
Casimir for the Ravens, along with Miles Willis, will have to use their dribbling skills to drive to the basket.
Long two, that one off the front rim from Allison McGaw. The Wolfpack again with the offensive rebound. They've given themselves a lot of extra opportunities so far in this game. Back out to Nolan, this time driving the lane. Couldn't score the runner.
Well, you are seeing some tired legs, Patty. This is the third offensive rebound here for the Wolfpack. It's going to be a reach-in foul again on Casimir.
Another thing you got to think about now with this just a 5-player team is if a player fouls out.
Right. Ufo.
Down the three.
See, again, you were seeing a little bit of sluggishness. The defender up top here just didn't get out to challenge the shot.
5-point lead now for the Wolfpack.
Duncan inside. Sure, bank is no good.
Ball gets it knocked out of bounds. And that'll stay with the Wolfpack. Miles Willis not happy with that one. She thought that was off McCaw.
Gotta get to Nolan.
Good give and go by Nolan. And that one is good. Kelsey Nolan.
It's amazing.
Going to work here in the second half.
You make a couple of shots early in the half, and then the entire game just picks up.
Casimir inside to Duncan.
See, Duncan, she's one of the players being left alone defensively by the Wolfpack. Oh, nice play, Nolan. Stop and go. Had that roll out.
Little extra spin on that one. Miles Willis with the left hand. Nice shot from Rayona.
I'd get her going. That's still sort of like a semi-break that time, but nothing close to a fast break so far the second half for the Ravens. Nolan again, good hands.
And they're going to call it a jump ball.
Hell ball, this will go to the Ravens.
And Duncan fell hard on her elbow. She's going to have to stay in. You had nobody to sub in for her. So she's all right. I think she's going to be okay.
Now the Ravens have got to figure out a way. I was just going to say, set some picks.
Oh, what a feed inside to Duncan. Oh, she couldn't.
Third one she missed. Yeah.
Beautiful pass
but
from
the thing
Miles
is, Pat,
Willis.
the rest of the time, she's going to be open.
Nolan inside. Golden unable to convert. So 2 good passes, but neither player able to finish the layup.
Reach in there, Golden. But that's the chance the Wolfpack's taking, and that so far it's working out. They have a 5-point lead. We're approaching 10 minutes to go. Duncan's got to realize that she's open for a reason. They're trying to really shut down Casimir along with Miles Willis.
Casimir with a runner.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. She was defended by 2 Wolfpack players, but still they can squeeze it in.
Wolfpack lead now down to 3. Heffernan back up top.
Nice deal. Duncan, good job. Gillis.
Gillis with the pull-up.
Good. Back comes Casimir. Chance to tie.
And she does. Rayona Miles Willis locks it up at 32 apiece.
Shot
from the Wolfpack.
They got the scoreboard wrong.
Yeah, should be 34-32. We'll leave it at 36-30. That's how they have it here at the gym. Miles Willis for 3, well off the mark that time. Britton on the drive, converts over the top.
Nice little running hook.
You're seeing fresh legs right now from the Wolfpack.
Oh, definitely.
Three-pointer is good from Casimil. She's really woken up here in the second half. Heffernan with the runner, short on that one. And Coach O'Brien sees those tired legs. She wants a timeout here with 8 minutes left to go in the second half. 5-point lead for the Wolfpack.
Hope they can get the score straightened out, because it's
they either had it wrong. They might have had it wrong before.
Well, but the problem is they didn't score. They didn't score the three-pointer, the first three-pointer by Miles Willis, which would have gave them 32. Then they scored another three-pointer, so they should have 35.
Our sideline reporter Seth Orensky's got an update for us. Seth, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. The Ravens have gone cold offensively, so they've been trying to change it up a little bit. Rayona Miles Willis is drawing double teams anywhere she goes, so they're trying to put the ball in the hands of Iriana Casimil, the former Madison Park player. She just knocked down that corner three. They hope that if she gets the ball, she might be able to find Miles Willis in some good spots down low. We'll see if it works out. They still need at least 5 points to make the comeback. Guys?
Thanks very much, Seth. And we're still trying to get a word on the score here. Our truck says the score is not correct, but we'll see if anything changes over the next couple of minutes. I hate to see a scoring error decide a ball game.
Right, because this one is clearly going to be close the rest of the way. Now,
we'll see if any of this is corrected. Of course, as our broadcast goes, we do go by what's in the gym.
well, at this point, it depends on whether they have individual scores in the book. The running score is most important, but depending on sort of the experience of the scorer, if they have individual scores, they can correct it.
Much like BNBL
coaches
games.
usually catch that. I'm surprised that wasn't challenged by Kayla on the Wolfpack on the Ravens bench.
So 5-point lead for the Wolfpack. Inside to Britton.
Rufo.
And that one doesn't fall for Rufo. The Wolfpack in the offensive rebound. Heffernan fires up a jumper, short with that one, gets her own rebound again.
Duncan.
And Duncan
foul on
over
Duncan.
the back, and that'll stay on the floor.
They're still scrapping the Ravens, just 5 players. 7 minutes to go, plenty of time. Good ball movement. That's going to be Rufo. Yes.
She buries the 3. Yeah. 8-point lead for the Wolfpack.
Duncan's got to go under the hoop.
Duncan knocking down the 3.
I apologize, Monique. She knew what you were doing.
She proved you wrong, huh?
Right. And a split second, too. If the traveling violation goes back to the Ravens.
So 5-point lead for the Wolfpack right now.
The Ravens changed up that time on offense. They actually put Sepulveda under the hoop, since she's been making her legs. Casimil.
She'd call for a 3-second violation.
Well, Sepulveda was open. The pass just didn't come to her. Nolan again. Haven't heard from her in a while.
She was long with that jumper. Miles Willis running the break.
She'll finish this herself.
All the way to the bucket with the lefty lane.
You can see she had her eyes on the rim the whole way. Back to a 3-point game.
no good on the runner.
Casimil might be her turn this time. Some open floor. There she goes.
That time she doesn't finish, but she will get 2 free throws.
I think the Ravens are doing the right thing. They're getting off the missed shot by the Wolfpack. They're getting the ball into either Miles Willis or Casimil's hands, and those two ladies can get the ball to the rim on their own. They create their own shot.
Casimil good on the first free throw. Substitution for the Wolfpack as Mary Kay Golden comes back in the ball game. A little more size for this Wolfpack squad. Casimil, 2 for 2 from the line that time. 3 for 4 in the ball game. It's a 1-point game with 4:20 left to go in the second half. Move to the basket and running hook good.
Fredericks.
From Nell Fredericks. 3-point lead for the Wolfpack. Off the up fake, Duncan tries a runner, no good. Sepulveda with the rebound. And she couldn't quite handle that pass from Miles Willis, so that'll go back to the Wolfpack.
Idea is correct, but execution just wasn't there. Fredericks again. And Nolan.
And Nolan couldn't get that one to go.
She got hit from behind by Sepulveda.
Yeah, she will get 2 free throws.
Yeah, you can. There's Nolan Sepulveda getting picked off. Actually, they call it on the floor.
Nolan again with the runner. That time she couldn't hit it off the glass. But good swing by the Wolfpack as they hang on to it here with just under 3 minutes left to go in the half. Wolfpack have moved the ball well all game long. Still looking for that open shot.
Having the lead makes a huge difference.
Golden inside.
Nice block.
Nice block inside by Miles Willis. Here comes Duncan. Miles Willis fires up a 3 and hits. Ties it up at 43.
Fredericks.
Elbow jumper, no good from Fredericks. Miles Willis rips down the rebound. Up to Sepulveda. And she's short with that layup.
Yeah, Casimil had to get to a little earlier. Waits till the defense got back.
Corner jumper, no good. Golden chases after the rebound. Nolan lining up a 3, short with that one. Duncan corrals it for the Ravens. Quickly up to Sepulveda. No good on that shot. Casimil. Putback is good. What a play from Casimil.
That's her best play of the game.
I don't know how she was able to hang on to that one.
Well, more hang on to it, control it for the shot. Less than a minute to go.
And that basket is good. Good drive there from Rufo. She gets the basket and the foul. We're tied up at 45. Rufo can give the Wolfpack a 1-point lead. There you see the replay.
The reach in, yep. And in the shooting motion, so basket counts. 1 free throw.
Rufo knocks it down, so 1-point lead for the Wolfpack. Here with under a minute left to go.
Double teaming Miles Willis. Oh!
Yeah, she loses it at the top of the key. Nolan back down the other end, finishes the layup. Bolvita looking for Duncan, but it's stolen away by Nolan. All the Wolfpack have to do right now is hang on to the basketball.
The Ravens get a foul.
Bolvita finally commits a foul for the Ravens. We haven't had a ton of fouls in this half, so we have to foul a couple of times.
Not close to it. No bonus.
And now we are at a 1-and-1. So Wolfpack will be shooting a 1-and-1 with a 3-point lead here with 12 seconds left to go in regulation. And Nolan, who sparked that second half run here for the Wolfpack, is now at the free throw line. She can pretty much ice it with 2 free throws right here.
Yeah, she changed the entire game that first 5 minutes of the half.
And she cannot convert the first. So here comes Miles Willis. She gets it knocked out of bounds. 10 seconds left. Ravens got to get off a 3. Miles Willis is fouled very smartly by the Wolfpack. Wolfpack's still got a ways to go, I think, to get to a 1-and-1 for the Ravens.
That's the problem that the Ravens have, because they'll continue to get fouled, kill the clock.
And Casimil, she got a little excited, took a couple extra steps, and that'll go back to the Wolfpack here with 7 seconds left in regulation. All the Wolfpack have to do is hang on. And so they're going to put 4 seconds back on the clock. They did call a foul down low. It's going to be 0.4 seconds left on the clock. So
in reality, it's over.
Yeah, one of the Ravens is going to have to probably punch the ball to try to hit it in.
Well, actually, we're still 1-and-1, so they'll be shooting 1-and-1.
So right now, it's Nell Fredericks at the free throw line shooting 1-and-1. She'll have to, if she makes the first, it's over. If she misses it, the Ravens got to launch up a 3 right away. You don't even have time to call timeout.
Yeah, because you can't. There's no time for a catch and shoot. 4 seconds, 0.4 seconds.
And Fredericks is no good on the free throw, but doesn't matter as the Wolfpack avenge their loss from earlier in the season. They take down the Ravens 48-45 here at the Tynan Community Center. And it looked like the Ravens were in control for most of the first half. And then out of the second half, we saw Kelsey Nolan come out.
Nolan was able to come out aggressively on offense, look for his shots. Like you said, she made, 3 3-pointers in that first 6 or 7 minutes. Had a couple of rebounds, had a couple of nice assists, so she definitely just took over the game. Second half, got the Wolfpack their first lead, and just sort of carried them to the end.
Yeah, it seemed like their shots weren't falling quite as much in the first half. Second half, they started to go down, and that's what got them to this victory here today. Just a 3-point win. Excellent game against the Ravens here at the Tynan. Folks, we're going to head to break. When we come back, we'll have our Game of the Week MVP and our final stats before we sign off here from South Boston right after these words.
When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Got a quarter?
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face! In your face!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Green red hat. Oops. Red shirt, blue shirt, yellow shirt. Oops. Yellow pants, red pants, Green pants. Oops.
Welcome back to the Tynan Community Center in South Boston after the Wolfpack defeated the Ravens 48-45. And just a fantastic effort by the Wolfpack here, especially in the second half. Now, when we talk about the BNBL, we talk about players coming late. We talk about coaches coming late. We talk about coaches sometimes not getting here on time. We talk about refs not getting here on time. Sometimes we get bad rosters. So today's roster was a little bit messed up. We're going to make the correction now. Number 10 is not Kelsey Nolan. That's Sarah Rufo. Both players played very well, so they both had good games. Sarah Rufo, number 10, is our MVP tonight, and she is with our sideline reporter, Seth Orensky. Seth, take it away.
Joined by our head coach, Frederick Gillis, and our MVP. We thought you were Kelsey Nolan, so you would have had a phenomenal game. Instead, Sarah Rufo. Either way, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. You guys were down last weekend at half, came all the way back. This time, you took the lead, let them back in the game, and finally pulled it off. What were you guys talking about during that last timeout? I know Coach has said that he doesn't talk. It's all about you guys directing each other. What were you focusing on?
We talked a lot about moving the ball around the key and passing to work on the drive. We talked a lot about defensive strategy and playing well on the good players. And, yeah, I think we executed pretty well.
When they came back from that 8-point deficit, you guys were able to get to end one, and then you had a basket, a steal, able to almost score again. What were you focused on as looking for the basket? You've been so hot that entire second half. What were you aiming to do?
I was aiming to slow it down. I know when we slow it down and we pass, we're able to get good shots in. I was hoping to pass around the key to all my teammates because I know everyone can shoot. Just keep a level head, I think, because when we think we have good strategy, we play pretty well.
And finally, last week, you took that L against this team. This week, you returned the favor. How good does that feel?
Pretty awesome. Definitely, for sure.
Well, Sarah, congratulations on the big win. We'll turn it over to Coach. Coach, you're dealing with a team that gets to play together all school year long at Boston Latin. It makes your job a little bit easier. What are you aiming to do? I know that you and your assistant let the girls do a lot of it. But as a coach, what are your thoughts in terms of just trying to keep them level-headed?
Well, I think me and my assistant coach Heffernan are letting them take control of their game, maturing on their own, and that's what they're doing. You can see it every time they come down. And I really appreciate the fact that they work together. It's not like one person saying, we got to do this. It's not one person saying, we're not doing it right. They're always looking for the right solution, and it's impressive to watch. It really is.
Well, a week ago, you only had the 6 girls, and you thought that might have been the difference. This week, the 9 players. How much easier does that make it with the substitution patterns, knowing you're going to be able to keep some of your top players out there at all times?
Well, I think the substitutions are great because all of them play the way they're supposed to play. No matter who goes in, they play within the scheme of what they know from playing all year round together. I thought today, running those plays by, that team was really good. And if we weren't gassing them like we were, the outcome could have been different. But our girls all played consistently. There was no letdown, and that was a big part of it. And I say the seniors led them through to the end.
Coach, congratulations on the victory. Good luck the rest of the summer. Guys, take it away.
Seth, thanks very much. Coach Gillis made a good point there. It seemed like not only did they have fresher legs with more players coming off the bench, but when players came off the bench and into the game, the scheme and the system didn't change very much.
Didn't change at all, right. Especially the second half. They came out to open the second half defensively, doubling Miles Willis, the best player for the Ravens, and that worked effectively. It took the Ravens a while to recognize that. But then Willis and Casimir started driving to the basket, creating their own shots, and so that's how they came back in the game. But like you said, it was a matter of time before the 5 players for the Ravens were going to start to wear down, and you see tiredness come out in short shots, missed shots, some lazy passes. So some of those things really hurt the Ravens, even though they kept it close all the way to the end. A couple of bad fouls and the 3-point win for the Wolfpack.
I'm sure Rayona Miles Willis a little disappointed today. She had a huge game, 19 points, 20 rebounds.
20 rebounds,
she was a monster out there, but it
as
just
a guard,
wasn't enough. Yeah, she did a little bit of everything for this team. She's a very well-rounded player.
Oh, definitely. And we knew coming in she'd be a key player. But as it turned out, what Rich was said about the substitutions, 9 players for the Wolfpack made a huge difference against just the 5 for the Ravens. At the end, the last couple of minutes, in terms of decisions, like I said, some tired plays happens near the end of the game. But give the Wolfpack credit; they took advantage and got the win.
Without question, Wolfpack with a big win here at the Tynan Community Center. Both these teams now with just one loss on the season. Let's take a look at our final stats here from the Tynan before we sign off. And first up, it's the Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens and the loss. Miles Willis, like we said, 17 points and 20 rebounds. Castle McGutt came alive scoring-wise with 13 points, most of that in the second half. With the assists, Miles Willis had 8, and Sepulveda had 4 assists for the Ravens.
Let's take a look at Wolfpack's final stats.
Guys, Nolan 15, Rufo 15. They spread it around, but those were the two late girls who really took over the second half. Rebounds, Golden with 10, Nolan with 7, and the assists 3 each for Nolan and Britton.
So spread it around there for the Wolfpack as they get to enjoy a good team victory here at the Tynan Community Center. Folks, if you want to watch this game again, you can certainly go on our website. That's www.cityofboston.gov/game of the week. All the games from this summer and during the regular season of the high school basketball season. All the games are up there. You can also follow us on Facebook. That's Game of the Week at Facebook. A lot of different videos, updates on which games we're covering, good pictures. Make sure you like us on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter at Boston City TV. And if you want to tweet at us, use that hashtag BostonGOW. Continue to follow us all summer long as we bounce around the different community centers for the BNBL. But for right now, we're going to say so long here from the Tynan in South Boston. We'll see you next time on Game of the Week.